So today, we're playing the Ranger, and we are investing in the Excalibur. Stacking up a bunch of max life, we're also using it with the THORNBLOOM to deal massive damage just like this. With investment opportunity, we should be able to scale up our life even crazier with Excalibur, along with the THORNBLOOM, and if we stack up that in power with multiple cards, it should be fantastic. However, our opponent is going to be trying to remove our buffs, but it's not going to stop us. But hey, check this run out, and let me know what you think of this build. Okay, let's go and jump some games with the Ranger and see just what I can do today. Okay, so we're going to be starting off, we're going to be grabbing this big old banana since it's on sale. We could grab the shiny shell, let's grab it right now and let's roll. And you kind of want to find a whetstone, that's for sure. Now, unfortunately, we can't exactly take the spear, but I'm actually going to grab the good old frying pan, and I'm going to sell this to grab a stone too. And that should be pretty good. Now we're going to flip this over like so. We can slot that in and move this over, add our big old banana in, and let's go ahead and move on straight away. Now this is looking pretty good. Double weapons, tiny bit of healing with that banana, and should be smashed with that frying pan and that sword. However, opponent does have the spear, but awesome. Really fantastic. Now I'm actually going to grab this bag of stones, which means I'm going to have to grab the leather bag. And we're going to slot it like this. Now I kind of want to actually craft up a shovel, so that's exactly what I want to do. So unfortunately, we're going to rock on with this situation for now. Now we did get a little bit of damage increase by adding in the bag of stones. Now where stone can constantly throw, dealing that big damage. And so far, not looking too bad. Really awesome. Now I'm going to grab this. I also want to grab the walrus tusk too, because I kind of want to go for a tusk piercer sort of situation. We're going to grab the walrus tusk. We're going to roll. We're definitely going to grab another stone, that's for sure. And we are going to want this and this funny bag. Now, unfortunately, we have to rock with the setup, taking out our garlic, which is not super ideal, but once we craft up our shovel, we should be in a good spot. We're taking out our wooden sword for right now, and we should be in a pretty good spot, especially with our stones and that whetstone. So we should be able to smash down this Beastmaster, and awesome, we got a big crit there, which is awesome. Now, since investment opportunity has come up, we're probably going to take this one. If investment opportunity is going to give us 2 gold per rounds, it's also going, whenever you use buffs, we're going to gain that maximum health. So I kind of want to go for this. Otherwise, we can grab shielded. We don't have shields or armor, but we can work around that. Power the moon. Honestly, might not be too bad, but I'm going to go for investment opportunity for now. Which means I actually kind of want to go for Excalibur type build, if we can. So I'm going to grab the frame pan. Going to unreserve the whetstone for now. Let's go ahead and grab this too. Let's grab a stone. Let's roll once. And I do actually kind of want to grab another leather bag. That's for sure. Unfortunately, I think we're going to have to take out our lucky clover for now. That's our wooden sword. We can't exactly get our leather bag right now. So unfortunately, we're going to have to rock on with this setup. So taking out our lucky clover might be a little bit worse. But I do want to keep that one singular watch tusk. And that's a tusk piercer, which could be problematic. That's for sure, because they have a ton of spikes from the very... Yeah, they just had a crazy setup right now. Now, awesome. I'm going to grab this leather bag. I'm going to grab a set of blueberries. We're actually going to roll for right now. That's a pair of gloves and another big old banana. I'm actually going to grab the extra bit of storage. I'm going to grab this big old banana. I'm going to slot this in, add in our stone. And I think we're going to move on. And we'll see what we can do from here. Our opponent is rocking Power the Moon, so if it goes into fatigue, they're going to get a big 35 heal. It's going to be close. And awesome, we just barely got him right before that fatigue, so pretty darn good. Now I'm actually thinking we're going to sell our shovel to actually grab this turnip. I think that's exactly what we want to do, so we're going to do that. But for now, I'm going to continue to roll. I do kind of want to grab another lucky clover, that's for sure. We're going to grab this first of all. Let's go ahead and grab a lucky clover. Let's go ahead and roll. And that's another bag of stones if you do want to, but we don't exactly want that as of right now. Now, unfortunately, with our setup, we kind of want to find 2. Now, with our setup, we kind of unfortunately want to find 2 stamina potions. And we could grab this dragon egg. It is on silver 5, which is kind of crazy. We're going to sell our whetstone for right now. We could go for that bloodthorn. Bloodthorn would be kind of awesome investment opportunity too. But I'm going to roll. I'm still going to roll for now. I do actually want to start grabbing some cards. Now I'm going to sell this. Actually grab this lucky clover, and we are going to move on. Because I do want to get 4 luck. That way we can start stacking up power, which is going to be fantastic if we do go for that THORNBLOOM. Which would be fantastic. Now our opponent is rocking Excalibur. They're going to go for Pandemonium Excalibur. And this is actually looking pretty rough, especially since I have Spicy Banana and Amulet of Wilds, unfortunately. Now let's go ahead and grab this for now. Let's go ahead and roll. No, I actually kind of want to grab Goobert too. But let's grab a stamina sack. Let's roll again. That's an acorn collar, which we're going to have to grab, but I'm going to roll once more. And once more. But for now, we're going to move on with the setup. With our Gooberts in this position, targeted by our stones, we do want to craft up a carrot Gooberts. That way we can stack up that, and holy moly, are we getting super unlucky facing this, but can we beat it? Unfortunately not. There's not much we can do about that. Now with the Goobert in, I kind of want to go for the big bowl of treats, because that is literally going to give us a chance to activate our Goobert twice. And it's on sale for 5. Now alternatively, we can go for the Eaters' Leaf to get a big bunch of mana, ton of regen. We can go for Piercing Arrow since we're going to get that acorn collar, slot it in, get that big damage. But I'm going to go for big bowl of treats. Now we could go for the Pandemonium, but I don't exactly want to as of right now. I do want to grab one of these acorn collars. We could grab a second one, but I'm going to leave it for now. We're going to have to grab this, and we could grab this hedgehog, but I'm going to roll. We do want this mana orb once we get our Excalibur going, but unfortunately, we're going to have to roll it till we find out. Now this frying pan is all of a sudden starting to lose its value pretty badly, which is super unfortunate, but it is what it is. I'm going to sell a stone to actually grab one of these blueberries. And that's all we can really do for right now, unfortunately. Now is this going to be enough? We should have a lot of crit chance on our THORNBLOOM. And we'll see. Can we deal that big damage? Our frying pan is also going to be doing quite a bit of damage too, but the problem is our stamina might not be able to handle a frying pan with a THORNBLOOM. And actually, awesome. Not too bad. Now I'm going to roll. We could go for Bloody Goobert instead of Carrot Goobert. That would have been kind of nice too. But I'm going to grab the blueberries. I'm going to grab the bit of storage. Let's roll. That's another acorn collar. That's also a second THORNBLOOM. We're not going to take it. However, it's going to be another mana orb, which we're going to have to take. We're going to roll, and here we go. That is smashing. To the point where I'm going to sell our stones. Now I'm going to prioritize Excalibur, because Excalibur is going to be a lot better for us, to be quite honest. Since we don't have that card Gooberts, Excalibur is going to be a lot better for us. So we're going to move on. We're going to craft it up. We should be in a fantastic spot after we craft it up. And especially with investment opportunity, it should be fantastic. However, our opponent right now with a fancy rapier is going to be dealing quite a bit of damage. So unfortunately, yeah, there's not much we can do about that. Awesome, we're going to have to sort our inventory out with our Excalibur. But for right now, what should we actually take? Well, to be honest, I was hoping for Acornis because that gives us a lot of crit chance, but unfortunately, we didn't get it. However, we can take Mana Mastery, which is going to be fantastic with our Excalibur altogether, so I'm thinking about going for this. Stoned, we literally just sold our stones, which is pretty darn bad. We could have went for Stone Golem, but we only had 3 stones in total, so we actually couldn't really get to that Stone Golem. Hardwood, don't exactly want to take it. So let's take Mana Mastery. I'm actually going to have to take one of these Lucky Clovers. I'm going to have to roll. That's another Bloody Amulet, which we probably should go for Bloody Gooberts. I'm still not going to. And we actually could have had King Goobert right there, which is kind of madness. Now, we are going to craft up the THORNBLOOM, that's for sure. But I'm going to continue to roll. We definitely need this leather bag. I'll be back in a second while I sort our inventory. Now, we are going to rock on with this sort of situation. We have our Excalibur in this position. We have our Mana Orb targeting our Excalibur along with these food items. That should be pretty good. We also have this one. We just need our good old card down here. So we're actually going to switch this to the side, and that should be a little bit better for us. And honestly, we're going to be grabbing our leather bag. But for right now, we're going to be moving on. We're going to need a little bit of storage at this side for our Gooberts. We have our Acorn Collar here. So with our THORNBLOOM, we should be able to deal that big damage. I'm wishing we did have a card Goobert because then we'd be stacking up that power, which would be an awesome overall. And actually, smashing. Really, really fantastic. But we should be in a fantastic spot once we got our THORNBLOOM crafted up. Now that's another Mana Orb, which we kind of actually do want to grab. That's also another Acorn Collar, which is going to be fantastic. Let's grab the storage for now. Now let's go ahead and grab the Mana Orb. We're going to slot it in this position. Now we could have actually taken the Acorn Collar, slot it in instead, get that crit chance, which honestly might be a little bit better than a mana. However, with the mana, we have more consistent scaling with Excalibur, which is going to be fantastic. But I'm thinking we're going to grab our Acorn Collar. Now let's go ahead and roll, and I actually do want this pretty darn bad. Now, instead of going for that card Gooberts, we could just go for that light Gooberts. Inflicting a lot of blinds, which I'm thinking that's probably what we're going to go for, unfortunately. As much as I like that card Goobert, especially with the THORNBLOOM, that would be insane, but we're going to rock on with the situation. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to leave our Mana Orb. Now, it's much better in this position, but I do want that crit chance on our Excalibur. Now, investment opportunity, we should be able to scale up a lot of max life with this, especially if we're going to be using up a lot of buffs. However, we'll have to see. Yeah, we've got way more consistent Excalibur scaling. Keeping our life up, but is it actually going to be enough? Just barely. Holy moly, was that way too close. I just want to see just how much damage we're actually doing right now. In 12 seconds, dealing about 30 DPS. As for heals, not so great. However, we gained a lot of max life pretty decently, especially from the investment opportunity. And yeah, let's keep moving for now. Now we're going to grab this. We might actually move this to this side because that should be pretty decent right here. Or we could just literally add this in and craft this up. Now we could have a high potential to actually lose since we're going to be crafting up this like Gooberts. I'm going to roll unless we find a good old cards. Yeah, I'm going to be crafting up this like Goobert. Now I'm going to sell the stone and I'm actually going to grab the squirrel. And that's going to be awesome. That should be fantastic because the squirrel is going to be stealing our buffs. We're going to be flicking out blinds. Now the problem is we're going to be using up quite a bit of stamina, especially with that lightsaber. So unfortunately, we could be in a lot of trouble, but whenever Excalibur procs, we do get that stamina from our bananas. So actually, not too bad. And with that, we're going to have our Light Goobert, which is going to heal us for quite a bit. It's also going to inflict out blinds. Now I'm actually going to grab a hedgehog for now. I was going to almost call it a squirrel. I'm actually going to roll for now, and we are definitely going to need this pineapple. Now out of all these items, we do want to be turbo stacking stamina, our big ball of treats, our empower, and our mana. Although we could lose one specific blueberries and say fit in up top. That could be pretty decent, and then actually move this down below. Or we could just switch this over here and continue this way. But then not actually turbo scale that spikes. But I do think we actually want to be turbo scaling our spikes that way. THORNBLOOM deals a lot more damage. We're going to roll. We definitely want to sound psych. So unfortunately, we're going to move on. And we'll see how this goes for now. And we do have our mana mastery in here, but it is going to be quite slow. We do still have our squirrel to be stealing our buffs. And we'll see. So far, looking pretty good. Actually awesome. Really strong. Our DPS has literally shot up to 48 DPS. As for heals, not great. That's for sure, but it is only 8 seconds. And our healing will skyrocket. However, we could have actually had that card Goobert, which would have been fantastic. But it is what it is. We will still grab it though. And we'll place it in actually this side. Which is going to be fantastic for our mana orb. It's also going to be fantastic. And we're also going to grab this hedgehog too, which should be pretty good. And we're going to roll once more, and we definitely want this prismatic orb. And yeah, we're going to move on. Now we'll see. Can we survive? Our opponent is going to have... Literally, Light Goobert's going to be doing nothing against us, except give us a bunch of heals. Because our opponent is going to have that accuracy anyway. With that setup. We're dealing that big damage. We stack... And holy moly, was that massive damage. That was kind of insane. That was genuinely insane, dealing massive damage. And honestly, I do believe we can actually bring this a lot further. So let's go ahead and move on and try it out. Now we did want to grab this prismatic orb. We could grab the cap, but I don't exactly want to. We're actually going to grab this also. And we are kind of limited in where we can actually place this, unfortunately. We can leave it like this for now. That way we get at least 4 mana. We could replace it over here, get 6 mana after the very beginning. We get a little bit increased healing efficiency this way. Prioritize in this spot, get a bunch of mana from the very beginning. We do lose that. We do lose that mana gain from our blueberries if we actually do that. But is it actually worth it? Because it does provide a lot of mana generation. However, it does slow down this mana orb, which is not super fantastic. So I'm thinking I'm going to keep it here for now. Now I'm going to roll once, and we definitely want another set of blueberries. And we're going to want to stack it in beside this Light Gooberts. Now, we could actually take a set of blueberries out, place it in over top like so. I'm thinking that's exactly what we're going to do. We're also going to move our hedgehog out a little bit. And yeah, we're just adding this blueberries over here so we get a little bit of a faster trigger for our Light Gooberts. And now we'll see what this goes. Now our opponent is rocking Poison Ivy, which is going to be a little bit problematic. However, if you inflict out blind, they actually can't hit us. And they can't scale up if they can't hit us. And overall, awesome. A really fantastic build right now. Let's grab this blueberries. Let's go and grab this too, and let's roll. And that's another squirrel and another card, which I actually kind of want both of these. we're going to grab the carrots. We're going to grab the squirrel. We're going to roll. That's another set of blueberries, which is a ton of blueberries. Do we even want that much blueberries? We'll grab it for now. We'll roll once more. And that's all we can really do for now. Now we're going to lose one walrus tusk to continue to roll. That's another mana orb if you do want it, which might not be too bad. We're actually going to reserve this fanny pack. We could grab another squirrel if you do want to. We can also lose one luck for our blueberries, but that does mean we cannot actually scale our carrots straight away, because with this we start off with 4 luck, which should be fantastic. And I'm thinking we're actually going to move this up top. That way we can actually increase the speed of these even just a little bit. We can slot that in. I think that should be pretty decent for now. And yeah, let's go ahead and move on. And we'll see. With investment opportunity, we should be able to scale up our life even crazier with Excalibur, along with a THORNBLOOM. And if we stack up that in power with multiple cards, it should be fantastic. However, our opponent is going to be trying to remove our buffs, but it's not going to stop us. Our build is just way too consistent, especially inflicting that blind on top of it, which means their Hunger Blade is going to be dealing 0 damage. And our DPS in 12 seconds is dealing just about 650. Heals, pretty decent, could be better, especially for Excalibur type builds, but we are turbo stacking life, especially with investment opportunity and THORNBLOOM, which is pretty good. So basically a hybrid between that healing and max life stacking, and on top of it, adding blind to the mix, which is awesome. But let's keep moving for now. And we could grab another hedgehog for dealing more damage. I'm thinking we're actually going to do that, because the more spikes we stack up, the more these are going to be dealing that damage. I'm going to continue to roll. I might actually grab this so we can actually add in another set of blueberries, which is going to be pretty darn good. And I'm going to roll. Now, I actually do want to grab this Prismatic Orb because that is going to give us even more mana from the very beginning, allowing our Excalibur to actually get to that win con a little bit better. Now, unfortunately, I think I'm actually going to place this down here so then we can actually get a little bit more mana from the very beginning, making it a little bit easier to stack up that Excalibur. But now let's actually move this over here and let's go ahead and move on. Now, I'm going to slow this one down. Are we going to lose to Impractical Large Greatsword? Can we get that blind off before they actually deal that damage? Can we stack up our life? Hell no, we can't. This build is looking genuinely insane. Double Impractical Large Greatsword with 700 million stamina pots. Starting off with Dark Lantern, so their boots actually proc instantly, giving that in power, so they actually go turbo nuts. And unfortunately, we get punished pretty hard because that is 500 damage in 4 seconds, which is awesome. We definitely get punished pretty hard because they dealt that damage before our Light Coopers could do anything meaningful. Which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Now, we are going to grab this Prismatic Orb, which does mean we're going to be taking our blueberries. That is another pineapple. Let's go ahead and grab it for now. We're going to have it set up to be more like this for right now, which does mean we're going to lose our ability, unfortunately, to stack up that luck. And we could lose a squirrel, place in our luck, add in our carrots. I think that might actually be a little bit better first. Which means I'm going to sell this to roll once. That's another carrots, which you could grab instead of the squirrel. I'm going to set our squirrel, going to roll, and going to roll once. And that's all we can really do for now. Now, honestly, this build has come out to be quite awesome, except for that big burst. Doing Practical Large Greatsword, which is awesome looking, but honestly, this has come out to be quite nice. With THORNBLOOM, Excalibur, pretty good. Especially with that investment opportunity, turbo stacking our life. And let's go ahead and see, is this going to be good enough? We do have 2 Prismatic Orbs in, so we start off with Excalibur straight away. And we should be getting to that scaling, stacking up our life, using our investment opportunity, going turbo nuts. The problem is our opponent is actually rocking 2 Doom Caps, but we do stack up our max life. And that's big damage. 150 damage hit, which is absurd. But then we're reducing our healing. Honestly, with our stacking max life, didn't matter too much. And this investment opportunity actually putting in a lot of work. Our DPS, actually about 70 DPS in 12 seconds, 13 seconds, which is pretty darn good, especially for an Excalibur type build. THORNBLOOM dealing the vast majority of it, which is awesome. As for heals, our heals, yeah, not so great, but as you can see, the graph literally shut off because eventually, because of that Doom Cap, our healing is literally going to be non-existent. However, our max life gain was 416. Vast majority of it coming from the THORNBLOOM, but the investment opportunity giving quite a lot of life, and also giving us a ton of gold every round. So it's really, really awesome. But anyways, this build was a ton of fun. Turned out to be really, really awesome. Excalibur into THORNBLOOM with that crit chance, with our light goobers. Honestly, overall, awesome. But anyways, I'm going to leave it here for now. Just want to say thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. And I hope you keep looking out for the next one. See you next time.